Hi everyone, I'm Sarka. Welcome to today's class, Prep Your Pincha. We're gonna be working on a lot of dolphins today. You'll need a block. We're gonna do lots of shoulder openings, scapular mobilization, stabilization, lots of fun stuff to help you work towards your forearm balance, forearm stand, Pincha mayurasana. So grab whatever you need and I'll see you on the mat. Take a comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, bring your skull back so your ears are over your shoulders, resting your palms on your thighs. And just take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. With every inhale, finding some length in the spine, lifting through the crown of the head. With every exhale, feeling some softness, melting, grounding into your hips, your sit bones. Bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Something you need for yourself, maybe why you're here. Set that now. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Slowly release your hands and open your eyes. Take your block and we're going to start in a low bridge, lying on our back. So place the block in its second setting between your thighs, just below the knees, lying on the mat with your knees bent here. Walk your feet out so they're not directly under the knees. Draw your ribs down into the mat, feeling a core engagement. Even here, before we lift or do anything else, finding some power activation into the hip bones, drawing them energetically together. Take an inhale. Exhale, firm your glutes as you come into a low bridge. Draw the ribs together, hugging down, everything core container, super strong. Now bring your arms overhead and have your palms facing each other. And we're going to protract the scapula. So your shoulder blades are moving away and then they come back down to neutral. So just do this a few times. You're still drawing your rib cage towards the mat, so hugging everything in as you're protracting the scapula. Just mobilizing the shoulder blades. Keep your chin down, so try not to lift the chin up. And just focus here. You can take this nice and slow. Keep firm in your glutes. And we're trying to really focus on the shoulders and the whole shoulder complex, particularly the scapula. So we really want to maintain a strong core while we work to mobilize and strengthen the shoulders and the scapula. Good. Take one more inhale and exhale. Bring your arms, shoulders back to neutral. Bring your palms back on your mat and then slowly lower your hips and your spine segmentally. Interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows towards the ceiling, so you're cupping your skull. Bring your knees over your hips and then straighten your legs if you can, keeping a soft bend, or you can keep them nice and straight, but try to keep your legs stretched right over the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, come up off your head and shoulders. Draw the low belly down, super strong, holding the inhale, or holding the exhale, and inhale and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift, low belly hugging down. Inhale and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift, super strong. Inhale and lower. Exhale, come up off the head and shoulders. Right arm reaches up. Protract the scapula like we did earlier, so you're bringing your shoulder blades away from the mat. And then inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Left arm reaches up, protract the scapula. Inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Right arm reaches up, protract the scapula. Now do an elbow tap beside you and really firm into that tricep, into the mat, really strong. Inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Left arm reaches up, protract the scapula. Then elbow tap, really firming into the mat. Inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Right arm reaches up, protract the scapula. Now reach across and tap your left shin and firm into that. Then inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Left arm reaches up, protract the scapula, and then reach across to your right shin and add some resistance. Inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Right arm reaches up, protract the scapula, do an elbow tap, then reach across, tap this left shin. Inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Left arm reaches up, protract, then tap the elbow and reach across that right shin and add some resistance. Inhale, hand behind the head and lower. Great job. Remove the block for now and bring your feet down on the mat. Feet are nice and wide. Bring your knees over to the left, grounding into the inner arch of your right foot. Firm your right glute, and then stretch your right arm overhead, and you can take your left hand and pull the right wrist. This is so nice just to get into the side body, working to open up the shoulder a little bit more, strong in your hip and glute. Inhale and exhale, release. Bring your knees back to center. Bring your knees over to the right, ground into the inner arch of your left foot. Left glute is on, left arm reaches overhead. Take your right hand and pull your left wrist. Try to draw your left rib cage down towards the mat, really strong. Inhale and exhale, slowly release. Come on to hands and knees, tabletop. You can roll or rock and roll up. So your hands are right under your shoulders, knees are under the hips, or walk them a little bit ahead. Tuck your toes and come up onto your heels just for a moment. Draw the belly in, bring your arms forward, and then palms facing each other. We're just gonna do that same movement here as we did earlier. Maybe you'll find this easier because you're not lying down, although it's nice to have the feedback from the floor. So you're really moving the scapula, your shoulder blades, away from the back, drawing everything. Good, and then come back to neutral. Now take an inhale, exhale, as you, again, reach forward and then bring it up overhead and then elevate even more. Draw the belly in, and then now bend your elbows into a tricep press. Good. We're just doing this without the block, and we're gonna add the block. You're also working to open up the toes because we need our feet strong when we wanna work on dolphin and maybe working on our forearm balance. Good, and come back to center. Come down, you can bring up on your hands and knees, tap your toes out. It might be intense. Now grab your block this time, tuck your toes, sit on your heels, and take your block. And now bring it in front of you, protract the scapula, arms overhead, elevate the shoulders, draw the belly in, and then take some tricep press. So this is a big thing for dolphin and for forearm balance, to prep the mobility in the shoulders and to open up that whole area, but also trying to keep the ribs hugging in. We don't want to get that banana back in our low back, so we want to hug everything in, drawing the core. Inhale and exhale, release the block, and tap your toes out if you need to stretch that out. Good, hands and knees again, draw the belly in, tuck your toes, take an inhale, exhale, stretch your left leg back, right foot back, and then just focus focus here and then move forward and back on the wrists. Draw the belly in. Now we're gonna come down into forearm plank. So take an inhale, exhale, left elbow down, left forearm, left, and then right forearm. Draw everything in, then your right hand and up. We'll do this a few times. So just find a little bit of movement here in your forearm plank. Back up, you can alternate each side. Just take a few of these. Right, left, right, and vice versa. Good, and then come back to your plank. Draw everything in and bring your knees down, back onto the mat. All right, adding on. We're gonna now do tabletop into forearm down. So take an inhale, exhale, forearm comes down, right hand in line with your elbow, and then kick your right leg out. We'll do a few of these curls, elbow or knee to elbow, or knee to tricep. Good, and then come back to center and other side, right forearm down, left hand in line, and take a few of these. Good, and come back to center, knee down, hand down. Awesome job. Take your block and place it between your palms. We're gonna work on dolphin with the block between the hands. So between your thumb and forefinger, let your head relax. Take an inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, puff the upper back as you lift up. The hips, bend the knees. Send the hips back and up. And you're creating that nice, strong shoulder strength, and then lifting through. Your head is off the mat and really working into the upper back. Draw the belly in. You can lift your left leg up if that's available to you. Keep your right knee bent. And then find a long line in your back line. So you're lifting through the top heel, all the way from the shoulders, all the way through your back body, glutes strong. And then bring your foot down, other side, right leg up. Draw the belly in, lift up through that top heel. Good, one more inhale. And exhale, lower down. Come into child's pose. You can move the block off to the side. Knees wide, arms out. Let your head relax. Turn your palms so they're facing up for a little bit more shoulder opening if you like. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly come up, and we'll make our way to downward facing dog. Good, bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Step the right foot back, back knee down, top of the foot down. Inhale, arms lift. Elevate the shoulders, and we're gonna do the shoulder elevation up and down. Draw the belly in, up and down, fingers reaching for the sky. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat, plank. And on your knees, lower, shoulders lifted. Inhale, cobra, pulling the hands back energetically. Exhale, lift, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, back knee down, top of the foot down. Inhale, arms lift. Draw the belly in, lifting through the shoulders so you're reaching the fingers towards the ceiling or sky, firming your left glute. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Step the left foot back, back knee down, this time toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Bring your arms forward and protract. Here again, drawing the belly in. Good. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat, plank. And on your knees, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Arms forward and protract. Keep drawing the belly in, firming in here in your right glute. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Step the right foot back, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Elevate the shoulders, draw the belly in, and do a few tricep presses. Nice and strong. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Elevate the shoulders. Take an inhale here. Exhale, move to modified side plank. So take your right hand down, your knee is in line, your shin, your foot, your left foot. So you're kind of at the side of the edge of your right side of the mat. You can kickstand. Take your left hand and cup your right shoulder, kind of like you're giving a protection to your shoulder, your rotator cuff, really strong, pressing the mat. Your shoulder is stacked right on top of the wrist. Now lift the left leg if you can, and then release the hand. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, step your left foot, come into half moon. So left fingertips, left foot, and open that up. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Exhale, come back to modified side plank. Right hand down, knee in line, shin. You don't have to cup your shoulder, you can just open that up, maybe lift your left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the left foot again, come into half moon. Strong in your leg, opening up that hip. Inhale, and exhale, back to modified side plank. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come to plank. And then come to forearm plank. Nice and strong here. Good. Inhale. And exhale, come down onto the belly. Bring your hands beside the chest. Inhale, cobra. Pulling the chest through. And exhale, lift to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Grab your block that's beside you and bring it right to your hip. And now draw everything in, really strong. Good. And then now take your block, place it behind you, and then open that up, draw the belly in. Okay, so you're feeling that core container really hugging, super strong. Take your block, reach it overhead, take an inhale, and exhale, bend into your tricep press. Okay, we're just adding a block in this set. Good, inhale, and exhale, release the block to the side. Bring your left hand down, come into modified side plank. Left knee in line, left foot. Everything's nice and strong here. Good, and then take your right hand, cup your left shoulder. You can kickstand that left foot and float your right leg up. Then you can release the hand and come into right arm forward, looking down. Take an inhale, exhale, half moon. Step your right foot, right hand comes down. You can always use a block for these as well, so you can grab your block if you need to. Come down to modified side plank. Good, inhale, and exhale, half moon. Take it nice and slow. And come down, modified side plank. Very nice, catch your breath. Inhale, and exhale, half moon. Nice and strong and controlled. Good, inhale here. And exhale, modified side plank. Take one more inhale, and exhale, hand down. Come into plank, nice and strong, just to stabilize that. Watch the back of the head. Inhale, and exhale, forearms down, forearm plank. So try to stack your shoulder right on top of the elbow. Watch the back of the head so you're not letting it sink or looking straight forward. You're imagining your skull is in line with your scapula. Inhale, and exhale, lower down onto the belly. Hands beside the chest. Inhale, cobra, pulling the chest through. So now your shoulders maybe feel a little bit more open, firming your glutes, lifting through the chest. Inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms by your side. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Elevate the shoulders. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Hands to the mat. Step or jump to plank. And on your knees or straight legs, lower with control. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Couple breaths here in your down dog. Feeling that strong pressing action of the hands, pressing the mat away, hips up to the sky. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Hands to the mat, flat, step or jump to plank. And on your knees or straight legs, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Send the hips back and up. Without lifting your palms, step the left foot forward. Knee, back knees lifted. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. You can bend the back knee a little bit. Interlace your fingers behind your back just to open up the shoulders. Elbows are bent. Draw the belly into the hands really strong. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, release the hands, reach your arms up. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Lift your left leg up to the sky. And come into side plank. So just stacking shoulders on shoulder, right shoulder on top of the wrist. Inhale and exhale, hand down. We're back to our plank. Now come onto your forearms again, and we're gonna walk it up. So right forearm, left forearm, forearm plank walks. Good. Then come down, come into your forearm plank, nice and strong, hips are level. Then walk your feet towards your elbows, your forearms, bend the knees into your dolphin. Inhale and exhale, walk your feet back, forearm plank, left hand, right hand up, then come down again, walk it up. So now we're doing the plank walk. So forearm plank walks, and then again, do that a couple more times. Walk the feet to your elbows, bend the knees, walk it back, forearm plank, right hand, left hand. And one more time, we're gonna end up in dolphin pose. Walk your toes towards you, bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Good, take an inhale and exhale. Bring your knees down. Bring your block, take your block, we're gonna place the block between your thighs and try to hold it there. So take your block where it was before, forearms down. Try to get your elbows right under your shoulders. So if you find your elbows are splaying out, bring them a little closer, and then they'll open up naturally. We don't want them too wide. You can also interlace your fingers if you're finding dolphin too tight on the shoulders. So we really want to get that nice openness and stability also in your scapula. Let your head relax, tuck your toes, squeeze the block so don't drop the block, and come up. Walk the feet in, bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Lifting through the shoulders, strong, good. Now holding this here, we're gonna hold this maybe for 30 seconds. You can always take breaks, but see how long you can hold this. So you're squeezing, you have to bend maybe your knees, but send the hips back and up. So walk your feet in, so you're not taking a long dolphin, you're in a kind of comfortable shape where you can hold this. Now think about pressing into your forearms, but also press into your elbows as you lift. That works your serratus muscle really strong. Inhale And exhale, bring your knees down. Release the block to your side. And come into your plank. Nice and strong. And on your knees or straight legs, lower. Locust, arms by your side, forehead down. We're gonna keep the palms on the mat. Tuck your toes, firm your glutes, and just lift your head, forehead off the mat. Maybe lift your toes, but keep your palms pressing. Draw the low belly down, super strong. Inhale. Exhale, hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes. You can lift on your knees or straight legs to downward facing dog. Good, bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Without lifting your palms, step the right foot forward and inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Bend the back knee, nice and strong. Interlace your fingers behind your back. So I love this as a shoulder opener. Just opening that up, draw the belly in. So you're engaging your low belly into your fists, into your palms, your interlaced hands. Draw the belly in, open up the shoulders. Watch the back of the head. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, hand down. Come into side plank. So full side plank, you can always modify this. So we're just kind of working to add demand. So shoulder on top of the wrist. You can also cup your shoulder for a little rotator cuff support. Good, take an inhale. Exhale, come to plank. Nice and strong. We're gonna do something a little different now. Come into down dog. We're gonna do down dog to turbo dolphin. Okay, so try to do this with control. Bend the knees, send the hips back and up, and then slowly lower at the same time your elbows almost all the way to the mat. So take a few of these. So you're in down dog to this turbo dolphin. Keep your knees bent. Try to have long spine. Good, nice and strong here. Inhale. And exhale. Good, come back to your down dog. Send the hips back and up. Good, take one more inhale. And exhale, bend again, and we're gonna come into dolphin from here, but take it really slow. See if you can land your elbows right under the shoulders and come into your dolphin, bending the knees, sending the hips back and up, nice and strong. Good. One more inhale and exhale. Good. Come down onto your knees, grab your block, and we're gonna do dolphin with the block again between the palms. So if you didn't get it before, it's like this with making an L with your palms. So block down, wrap your palms around the block. So here, really look at your elbows. So try not to be out here. Try to have them right under the shoulders. All right, let your head relax. Tuck your toes, take an inhale. Exhale, puff the upper back just to create some space and protract. Then open up, lifting the hips, bend the knees, sending the hips back and up. Now inhale, lift your left leg up and see if you can rock forward and back onto your toes. So you're lifting, maybe you can, if you're practicing your forearm balance, you can add little lift offs, push offs. We're not kicking because our top leg is up already. Okay, so you want to lift that up. That's how we work on our forearm balance. Good, bring your foot down, other side. Right leg up, bend the knee, and maybe find some lift. Try to keep your top foot pointing down, so you're lifting from the heel. Okay, maybe find a little bit of floating push-offs. Inhale and exhale. Come down and remove the block. Great job. Come into downward facing dog. Good, and then come to plank. And on your knees or straight legs, lower chaturanga. Inhale, locust, this time arms and goalpost. Elbows are bent. Forehead down, tuck your toes, firm your glutes. Lift your hands, lift your shoulders, elbows, and then lift your feet, your head, opening up through the scapula, your shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale, hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes, lift into downward facing dog. Good. All right, come down onto the mat. We're gonna do funky dolphin. Something I love, and I've been working on the funky, moving into a funky forearm balance. So how you set it up is your one forearm is down and then your other hand is in line, kind of like you're creating like an L-shape kickstand. So your other hand is like a kickstand, so we're gonna do that on the mat. So left forearm down, let's start with the left forearm down, shoulder, elbows right under the shoulder. Your right hand is in line with your elbow. Head is relaxed, tuck your toes. Lift into your dolphin, but it's kind of funky. You might find it a little bit off center. You can walk your feet out a little wider to create a bit of a wider base for support and stability, or you can work on that. If you find you have some support, lift your right leg up. With our left forearm down, we want to lift the right leg. That keeps us balanced. We still want to feel that same stacking of hips over shoulders. We don't want to topple over. Inhale and exhale, foot down. And just take a seat again. Maybe roll the shoulders. Good, other side. Right forearm down, left hand in line with your elbow. So your right forearm is parallel to the edge of the mat, and your left hand is in line with your elbow. Sometimes I find this is easy to do, so try to hug it in, almost like chaturanga arm with that left hand, left elbow. All right, so head relaxed, tuck your toes, lift. Each side might feel a little different, so kind of experiment. So try not to wing that left elbow out, hug it in. Take a wider base with your feet, or now lift your left leg up. So your right forearm is down, your left leg is up. Press into that elbow, your head is off the mat in all of these. Inhale and exhale, come down. Let's come into child's pose, just to stretch it out for a moment. Head relaxed. You can turn your palms up. Good. One more inhale and exhale. Good. Slowly come up. We're going to do regular dolphin, no blocks, and see how you feel now after doing the asymmetrical shape. We'll go back to symmetrical, and maybe we can catch a little bit of air. So forearms down, let your head relax, make sure your elbows are right under the shoulders. If you want to take a block between the palms, that's fine too, but try it this way for now. Tuck your toes, lift into your dolphin, bend the knees, send the hips back and up. Your head is off the mat, lift your left leg up, bend the bottom knee, and see if you can come up onto your toes, or maybe even have a little bit of a lift. You can look forward, which is easier for balance, but then we're not really maintaining the neutral neck. So this would be more optimal. Of course, whatever works for you, or even here, just for today, just try it. Okay, put your foot down. Let's just take a little break. So neutral neck is a nice way to work forearm balance or our dolphin, because we do want to open up the shoulders. So it's a lot easier on the shoulders and even our core to be more engaged if our neck is neutral. In fact, even hugging that in, right? When we hug the chin in, it engages the core. So that's what's the point of that. That will help you with your line in your forearm balance. So let's try it again with the other leg. Elbows, forearms down, elbows under the shoulders, tuck your toes, lift. Walk the feet in, bend the knees, lift the right leg up, bend the bottom knee, and then push off the bottom toes, or even just go forward and back. So again, try to, for today, focus on that neutral neck. It does seem a lot scarier, but we do find it's going to be easier to float in our forearm balance in a stacked way, maybe find more alignment with a straight pincha. Good, inhale and exhale, toes down, child's pose. Again, head down, take any child's pose. We are done. Our main set, lots of dolphin today. Just let that settle. So just notice where you're feeling any power. So you've built up some strength in your shoulders, even your triceps, your serratus muscle, your back, your core, okay? Take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly come up. Come onto your back. Knees are bent. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh, figure four. So open up that hip and then bring your knee in. Ground into the sacrum. Open that up. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. Cross your right over left. Open up that hip. And bring your left knee towards your chest. Just open that up. Ground into the sacrum. Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. We're gonna do eagle, but no crunches. So cross your left over right and do a double bind if you can. So in your reclined eagle, then bring your left arm under the right. So we're just stretching out the shoulders. If you wanna add core work, you can always do a few crunches if that's something you'd like to add on. But really we're just focusing here on opening up the shoulders in a different way and wrapping the hips a little bit in internal rotation. Inhale. You could actually move, if your hands or palms are touching, you can move your palms away for a little bit more of an intense shoulder stretch. Inhale and exhale, release. Other side, right leg over the left, double bind. Knees are over the hips, right arm under the left. Try to hold your hands or palms touching if you can, and then move your hands away for a little bit more intensity in the shoulders, just for a little bit more opening. Good. Inhale and exhale. Release. Bring your knees over to the left. Stack them like you're lying down in a chair on your side. Bring your left arm out, right arm, and then just do shoulder back strokes. I love these. Just opening that up. Just nice big arm circles, nice work. We did a lot on the shoulders, so we need a lot of shoulder stretching. We want a lot of shoulder mobility. We also want a lot of shoulder stability and strength. It all works together. And when that's all integrated, we can find more ease and lightness in our dolphin and in our forearm balance once we start working on that. Good, come back to center, switch. I'll switch to face you and stack your knees. Right arm out, let your head relax. Left hand on top and backstroke the arm, top arm. Try to keep your knees stacked so your hips are nice and level. Arm all the way around, very nice. Good, a few more rotations. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to center. And move on to your back. Come into happy baby pose. So bring your knees to your chest. You can give yourself a hug to start and then come into happy baby. Arms, hands are on the outside of your feet, or they can be on your shins just to ground down into your sacrum. Good, and then just take a few breaths here, relaxing through your shoulders. So try not to protract the shoulders here. That's why this is kind of nice to just grab the shins, because you can let your shoulders stay grounded. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Come into reclined butterfly, soles of the feet together on the mat. Bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Closing your eyes and just taking a few deep breaths here. Finding some gratitude for yourself and your practice today. Slowly release your hands and come into Shavasana, however you'd like to get there, or cover yourself, use props, whatever you have. Feet are as wide as the mat. Let your toes splay out, roll your shoulders underneath. Let gravity melt the chest down, palms up. And just taking a few minutes here. If you'd like to pause the video and take a longer Shavasana, please go ahead. Otherwise, just join us here. Come back to your breath. Start to bring life to your fingers and toes. Bring your feet together, your arms overhead. Give yourself a nice long stretch. And bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. And roll to one side and just pause there for a moment. Let your hips, knees, ankles be relaxed. Shoulders, wrists, side of your head, relax. Then slowly, using just your hands, passively make your way back to seated. Sitting up tall, shoulders back, ears over the shoulders, head back, jaw relaxed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment to honor your intention as a reminder to carry it with you off the mat. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Thank you for for sharing your practice with me. Hope you found some strength and power in your shoulders and your dolphin to work towards lightness and spaciousness in your forearm balance. Please leave a comment what you enjoyed about the class, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.